Sean Connery is James Bond, Agent 007. Never say never again. My name is Bond.
Oh, you're Mr. Bond. I believe I'm having you in half an hour.
Splendid. You remember mine.
Mr. Bond?
You're obviously well equipped.
Thank you, James. So are you.
Good to see you, Mr. Bond. Things have been awfully dull around here. I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence.
I certainly hope so too. Bond.
The game is over.
Sean Connery is Ian Fleming's James Bond. Never say never again.
Hi and welcome to Jack at the Movies. I'm your host Jack Heim, and today we are continuing our look into the world of James Bond with Sean Connery's final portrayal as Agent 007 in Never Say Never Again. For many years after the release of Thunderball, Kevin McClory wanted to remake it, and this was talked in the press for a number of years, and one of them, one of the titles, it was called Warhead, James Bond of the Secret Service, and then while getting ready for this film, when they were in the late 70s, originally they were going to not have Sean Connery, but George Lazenby to play Bond. But what happened was, Kevin McClory sued Eon Productions in 1975 when they were going into pre-production on The Spy Who Loved Me, and he had gotten the rights to have the character of Blofeld and the organization of Spectre. But to me, he is not the creator of Blofeld. He is not the creator of Spectre. He is a man who got pissed off. And to me, Spectre and the organization of Spectre, Blofeld, they belong to Ian Fleming. I'm going to say that. That's my opinion. And the dude's dead, so. But the plot of the film is that Spectre has taken 2 nuclear warheads and are missing and presumed to be in the hands in 2 different parts of the globe. One on the eastern seaboard and one in another area outside the globe. M, who's played by Edward Fox, not Bernard Lee or Robert Brown, and who is a younger person and who does not hold 007 up to a higher thing as M would, as the previous M. This also shows Bond in what his age is. He's not the James Bond that we last saw. This is him. He's older. He's not doing assignments right. He's messing up. He's just in training. He's not out there in the field. And when this warhead plot goes off, he's brought back into active duty. And so he has to find where it is. This is the first Bond film out of the official movies to show Bond's age. And also, this is the first film to actually have, before even the official movies, an African-American actor playing Felix Leiter. Bernie Casey, who plays Felix in this film, had previously worked with Burt Reynolds in the film Sharky's Machine, and actually starred opposite Burt Reynolds. But we're going to focus on the motorcycle sequence, and they had a lot of great stunt guys work on this film, and one of them was Vic Armstrong, who had previously worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark. He would work again for the James Bond films and other films, and also work on the Indiana Jones films again in 1989's Last Crusade, also working on another film with Sean Connery. But if you've never seen this, it is on Max. But if you have your original DVD version of the film, go watch it and then come back here. The footage here is not owned by me. It's owned by Orion Pictures and Warner Brothers. So here we go with Never Say Never Again motorcycle sequence. Let's roll it. Also in this film, it has Kim Basinger in it as Domino, who's our Bond girl in the film. For some of the dialogue in this movie, because they thought they would get sued by Eon Productions, they stuck close to the Thunderball novel instead of doing their own dialogue for the film. Whoa. I got a bad feeling about this.
Nicole?
Who is our Paula for this film, because Paula was a MI6 agent who's working with Bond in the Bahamas in that film. But in this version of Thunderball, we have a few different things to it. Also in this film, which I did not mention in the Octopussy film, is that Walther, the gun company, was already doing a new weapon. So the gun that Bond is holding in his hand is not the Walther PPK. For filming in this film, it was 1982, 1983, Walther decided to bring out its brand new gun, Walther P5, which was calibered in 9mm for the film. And it has a trilogy of Bond films, being this film, Octopussy, and also returning for its final appearance in License to Kill, not being used by 007, but used by one of the heavies. Barbara Carrera plays one of our villains in this film, Fatima Blush, who is actually the prototype for the Zenyatta character played by Famke Janssen. The reason I enjoy this film is for a few things. One, it is also the first time that Bond is using a gadget-laden motorcycle. In the official films, they didn't use a gadget-laden motorcycle yet. So this was actually the first time they had done this. And the film was directed by Irvin Kershner, who movie fans including myself know as the director of one of the greatest Star Wars films ever, The Empire Strikes Back. He would direct this film, and also his final big movie of directing would be RoboCop 2. It's a good chase. It's got great use of stunt work, and the score, it's okay. Michael LeGrand doing this type of jazzy type of score. Originally, James Horner, who had done Star Trek 2, Wrath-Con, and Kroll, was originally offered to do this film. He was originally offered to do a James Bond film and bring his own style to the James Bond films, but he did not
Catch him, he's mine!
get to do that. But this film is a great movie. It's a good as bad category for me, but I enjoy it as a James Bond film, seeing a older 007. But it's not as great as the other films, like the other official movies. Because it's an unofficial movie, it's a remake. Woo! On to the corner. guess he's calling some of those guys imbeciles. Old Bond doing the old Smoking the Bandit trick. Coming out from behind. That's a good gadget. Protect the front bumper. Front wheel. Whoa! They use that. I don't know how many motorcycles they use for this film, but they use a lot of motorcycles. Hit it again. Still a good movie. It's a good film, but I don't want to spoil what happens. If you have not seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it. But I do recommend that you go watch it on Max and see how it's a good as bad category. But I enjoyed the film. It's got some great action in it. It's got some great use of score, but not in a good way of score like in Octopussy. But this film did have some problems in post-production for some of the missiles that hold the warheads. They had a little bit of problem with computer graphics, and some of the computer graphics weren't good. They didn't have ILM working for them, so they had a company that didn't know how to do that type of special effects, and the film didn't do successfully in 1983, and it was pushed to November, which for Bond fans this is a good time, but it didn't do successfully. And they did talk about this in the Everything or Nothing documentary, which I do recommend that you also watch. It's a great documentary if you can find it on a free streaming website. But we'll be back again with not Sean Connery, but with Roger Moore in his 7th and final installment as Agent 007 in A View to a Kill. So, until next time, it's been Jack Hyman, Jack in the Movie saying so long for now. And like and subscribe to the channel.